Okay. Back. Hopefully I'm back. Technical hiccups and glitches with the connection, which is super great. But I'm back. Okay. Sorry about that, folks. Hey, System Carl. How's it going? Been having some annoyances with my internet service provider. What can you do? Complain, get service. Okay, so anyway, let's get back to it. Get GHCID up running. Okay, cool. So we're gonna get back into it. I just gotta get rid of those little characters around that identifier. So I don't know how much y'all missed out on what I was talking about before I realized that I was disconnected. But we were working on yeah, so I noticed that the parser was actually like including the double quotes with the actual text in between and the other double quote when it's parsing these definitions, and I'm gonna strip those off basically. So let's go fix this error first. So I'm gonna get rid of that. Import, don't need it. Good. And then space. So parsing the room definition, we gotta get text drop. What the heck is going on? Oh, just Emacs noticing that my... Okay, cool, whatever. Drop and drop end, I think was what I was looking for. Yeah, drop end. So how's it hanging, System Carl? Hope you're doing well. What are you hacking on these days? Get field. User field, room field text. Exists. Okay, so I think strip is drop around. Thought I was already doing that. On get field, there and there. Maybe. Maybe I should do it there as well. And maybe that will do it. Fiddling with your website. I love it. I love when people like make their own websites and like host their own websites and stuff. Super cool. Super rare these days, but it's great. It's so cozy. It's such a nice thing to do. Okay, so server's running now. Things are happy now. Ish. I wonder if my other mud client is going to work now. No, apparently not. So we're still going to be stuck on Telnet. So I log in as Bakamud. I choose the first avatar. I implement the look. And there we go. Okay, that's better. Okay, so that's bueno. Okay, I have to get rid of this hard-coded bit here, but that, at least that works. So the next part I should probably work on is, yeah, how do we get the avatar to into a room? So this one's modify Bakamud simulation space fix room parser to drop to strip punctuation around string values. Okay. Okay, so first we need we need a bunch of things. We need a bunch of things to get this to work, I think. It's all great on your website until your Svelte deps get out of date. Yeah. Anything get dependencies, when dependencies get out of date, it can be a real pain. Especially in the JavaScript ecosystem, I find like dependencies move quick. You gotta keep on top of, excuse me, you gotta keep on top of things. Let's see now. There's gonna be quite a few things to be able to get the avatar room thing going. One thing we could do is persist the session variables. Can we persist the session variables? I'm just thinking, so like when you reconnect to that avatar, you want to be able to, you know, be in the same room that you were in when you disconnected. Right? Your avatar should be in the same room as when you disconnected, right? That should probably be a thing. So, sessions. You have an account ID, an avatar ID, and a room ID. We create a session, we attach it to a connection at a fairly low level. I think at the network server level. And the add server function. All right, which right now we implement is just like nothing, 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 nothing. All right, it doesn't do anything. All right, we just insert one. But we could maybe look up from the database, you know, these session variables to fill in the session record. I think that should be okay, right? Not sure this is the best design. What was I thinking? What were we thinking with the session was? The session was like, yeah, data associated with a gaming session, right? That a user is currently using. Yeah, and then it's sort of associated to their account or to their connection, the connection they're currently on. So, yeah, I think it makes sense to persist these here, and any of your like persistent well, some of your persistent, you're kind of like top level of your persistent state for a character or an avatar can be persistent. Like just their avatar ID, where they are, maybe some basic attributes. We need to get you into the simulation. And then other things like your extended inventory or other game related things could be, you know, loaded by the game programmer after the fact when they're implementing different things. I think maybe the game session should be like the bare minimum. Or we could like, if it's all maybes, we might even just keep putting as much as you want in here and just kind of filling in things as you go. And the reason why these things are all filled in as you go is because like when you get a first connection, we first get a connection, right? We don't have some of this data. Although maybe we do, because that's what I'm about to implement. So maybe I'm wrong. These won't be maybes anymore. Either way, I think this is probably a good place to put that. So let's create a table in the database for this. The Bakamud DB. All right, we have accounts and avatars. Create table. ID per in primary schema. That's the keyword auto increment. Create table. Sessions. And we want to be able to do a user ID. Avatar ID. And avatar room ID. Okay, cool. Let's accounts. Bakamud, there we go, and there's the foo. Okay, yeah, we have parsers for that. So actually my table definition sucks. Drop table, sessions, table sessions, ID, integer, primary key, auto increment. Avatar ID. Integer. Yeah, avatar room ID, which we don't have. We don't have rooms in the SQLite database yet. But they are text keys, I guess. So we'll figure that out at one point. And then foreign key. Avatar ID references count avatars. There, that's better. Oh, and I want to insert a row there. So insert into sessions. Avatar ID, avatar room ID, some values, 1 and entry. now we're good. So once we have that, we can have like a restore from database function of some kind. And what we do, we need to lift IO that. Do I have everything I need in scope? SQL, SQL, no SQL. Okay, first we will need the SQL. Database dot SQLite simple. SQLite that's simple. So we go import that qualified. It's DB. Okay, cool. Then sessions, lift IO, some function from Divi, something. Doesn't export or run. Query. It's probably called query or something. Execute. No. Query. And query named. I like query named. That's what it is. Do I have to run it? Oh, just straight up. Let me this way. Okay. So right now GHC is just telling me that like it could not deduce from row R0 because it doesn't know what R0 is, so it doesn't know that I can get it from row from it. So it's just like, and that's fine. We'll get that sorted in a minute once we start adding more code. Okay, so then I need to write my query. And then this list of things, and C is my connection, which I get from the database. Or from the, sorry, not from the database, from like the server. The server state. Yeah, we get it from the DB handle. And that's behind a tmap, I believe. Yeah, so we'll have to look that up in an atomically block. There. This transaction is going to happen after our lookup in the database. Probably. And then if we look up in here, we want to read TVAR. We can just read TVAR IO, I believe, right? You have the read TVAR in the STM, but you have read TVAR IO to read it in the IO, which is equivalent to that. Okay, so I'll use that. From DB handle. Which we got a lift IO. Okay, good. So we got the handle. We can put that in the first argument. Then we put our query. What do we want? We have the ID, avatar ID, the avatar room ID from sessions. We also need the accounts ID, account ID to do the full thing, but we'll get to that in a sec. And then we need the named parameter thing, which is a bunch of these. We're going to need the account ID because we're going to need to filter this. Yeah. So the next thing that's coming to my mind here is like, what are we going to filter on and how many results we're going to get back, of course. And we're going to get back, what, right? If we have, you could give it the session ID and get back 1 because that's a primary key, but you're not going to know session primary key. So maybe this isn't, the right place to be doing this necessarily. I think we fill in the account ID at some point. Somewhere higher up. Yeah, because we have some code that requires the account ID. There. update session state. Upon login, right? Handle login. Okay. This might be the place. Okay, so we could use the account ID here to at least filter on that, but then we could still get multiple results. Right. So we should probably make the account ID unique. Bakamud. DB. Just look at the schema for it. Avatar ID, avatar room ID. Yeah. We should probably make them unique together. Account ID, avatar ID. Or make that the primary key. Which I don't know SQLite can do. Composite primary keys. Okay, let's drop that table. Create the table sessions. ID, integer, primary key, auto increment is fine. Insert our foreign keys. Account ID, references, accounts, ID, and foreign key, avatar ID, references, avatars, ID, and what do we do? SQLite, unique together. All right, we'll just put a bunch of columns together in the unique. All right. Sounds good. So then we can put account ID and avatar ID. Okay, there we go. That's select star from accounts. Yeah, it's one. Avatars. One. And then we should be able to insert into sessions, account ID, avatar ID, avatar room ID, some values, 1, 1, entry, saw. Okay, so when we handle the login, let's do it here. I think I have SQLite as DB already in here. Good. We look at the sessions map there already. Connection map, all that stuff. Okay. We're going to need the database handle. Server state DB handle. Then on challenge success, let's get the actual database handle. Read tvar io db handle. Let's get ghcid running. And then let's get that sessions data. It's going to be a list, I believe. Query named. Handle. Select account ID. Avatar ID. Avatar room ID. From sessions. Where account ID equals account ID and avatar ID equals avatar ID. Cool, and then we got to go db colon equals and avatar ID, same thing. Okay, couldn't have matched up IO with Bakamud server M. Yeah, you here. Good. And could not reduce. That's fine. Okay. Right, so sessions, we should actually only get one row, if that's because they're supposed to be unique together. But I think just the type of query named means we're going to get a list. All right, so it's going to be a list of 0 or 1 elements, basically. Which would be a good fit for list of maybe. To turn it into a maybe. Either we have 1 element or we have nothing. Otherwise, we have a session. We have just the session data. Which we'll do, and pop that over. Oh, yeah, we can actually write our from row sessions instance for this, can't we? Yeah, that's what we'll do. Because then we'll have session here. And update auth success. Update session focus. So let's update the account ID here. We can pass in a bunch of things here. Account and session. In fact, we might even just need session. Because we're getting session from sessions map. Yeah, we're getting the session from the DB. That's the type is going to be a little bit confusing there, I think, because it's going to be session. Okay, so now the type inference is just getting a little bit better because we've kind of filled in some of the types, right? So GHC is like, oh, okay, now I know it's a from row, not of R0, but a from row of session that I need. And you don't have that. So we got to fix that. Yeah, I don't like this type, but I don't know if I want to write types that are like DB session, just so that it like stands out. Might wanna though. Because this is where we're gonna have to implement our from row stuff. Similar to how we did it for avatar. So we're going to need a new type or session ID. Probably. Grab some you can show business, some action. Actually, I don't need the session ID yet. So let's just focus on 2-row. So we get the account ID, the avatar name, and the avatar room ID. Sorry, not avatar name, avatar ID. And we need the from row. Now we might get some field error, type errors from field and to fields for some of these, but we'll jump to those in a second once they pop up. So we get session. We want to parse it from a row now. Got 3 fields to go, so the functor applicative style of parsing here. Back in old server. We don't have colon equal imported. How come? Oh wait, 2 field. Oh, sorry, I'm reading that wrong. 2 field of that. Okay, so 185, yeah. Sorry, no, 56 here. So these are just holes right now. Where can I get the account ID? We get the challenge success comes with the account. That doesn't have the account ID on it, does it? Oh, it does. Okay. So then that's where we can get it from. We'll fill in that one hole. And then the avatar ID is the next one we gotta fill in. We don't have yet. At the point that we log in, because we haven't chosen an avatar yet. That's right, so we wouldn't have it yet. So then we gotta put it... Where do we gotta put it then? Basically, once you've got all of the session data we need... which would be in the set avatar function. So let's just grab this bad boy, move it there. Get rid of this list to maybe business. Move this block, de-indent this block. 4. Yeah, that should be good. Handle. No, that's in mud code. So we get the account ID because we require it, so it's already set. Should be already set before set avatar is called. If not, we're going to return an error with no tracebacks. Then we validate the avatar. That's where we set the avatar ID. And now we can look up the room ID from the persisted session data. Interesting. So set avatar. I'm wondering if we should have like maybe this as a separate API function. But how are you going to do it? If we got to restore the session state, I need to know your avatar ID. Because we can't look it up by your connection. Right. Just wouldn't work. And because your connection ID would change, right? You disconnect, reconnect, new connection ID. Your account ID is something we do have to get in, because you have to log in order to get it. So you could reconnect, log in your account ID, but you could have different sessions with different characters, different avatars. All right, so it is only when we get your avatar ID that we can finally load the session. So maybe this is the right place. I don't know. Where do we do it? We maybe here. We'd still have to. We'd have the account ID and the avatar ID. Verified. Okay. So we plop that bad boy back in here. We call it con. Oh, that's probably a better name for her, maybe? I don't know. And we just need account ID here. Oh, we already read it out. Okay. We could just read TVRIO. There, instead. Okay, well, whatever. Okay, now we're having the from no row. I don't know what type this is, so we'll have to fix that. Something. Otherwise, we have the session. Do you want to move over? Yeah, that's all good there. And now we also want to update auth success focus. Am I doing this in the right place? Set avatar, yeah. That's poorly named. That's probably a copy pasta. Update session focus. What should we do in the nothing case? maybe log something, return an error, just return pure 0. I don't know. Oh, here as well. Yeah, for the avatar ID, which is that. And then not scope session, it's right there. What are you doing, GHC? What am I doing? Have session and scope. Oh. Let's look at the right file, why don't we? That's better. Almost there. Okay, set avatar back there. And then just got to change the focus. So DB session here. Avatar room ID was just that. We're gonna name shadow away. Let's go to session up there. Okay, so let's call it DB session. Okay, so we're green. Hopefully it's in the right place. Let's test it out. Log in as Bakamud. Boobar. Choose the one. Ah, close. Why? Row value misused. Oops. Well, sorry, SQL A3. I think I got the don't think I got the syntax too wrong there. I don't want to select star it, but maybe that's what you want. Is that what you want? It's not. Needed a text. What did I do? Avatar ID. Account ID. Ooh, is avatar ID text? No, int. Count. Also int. Did I mess up the schema? We have account ID integer, avatar ID integer, avatar room ID text. Foreign key references, which don't matter for parsing at least. All that looks fine. Count underscore ID, avatar underscore ID, avatar underscore room underscore ID. Yeah, they're all named the same too. From the right table sessions. What a weird, okay, what a fun little error. We're running low on time here, folks. Let's see if we can get this one sorted out. Hopefully it's not another silly one. No. Yeah, integer. Why? Why are you trying to convert something to an integer that isn't? Session. To row from row. Yeah, it looks like it's going to use avatar ID, account ID, text. It's the order of these. Maybe it's the order of these. I feel like that's going to be the fine order. Try in reverse order. I don't think that's going to be it, though. No. Now we're getting row value misused again. What the heck does that mean? Oh. Pepcac? Okay. It's me. Apparently we don't need the parentheses around the column names. Okay. We should be good to go. It is a silly one, perhaps. But such is the way. Choose one. We picked one. Okay, cool. We can look and we go. Okay, and there we go. Boom. There. Implemented a very basic look command. Super basic, but it works. Prog. Cool. So let's create a little commit for this. Save that file. Let's review our changes. All right, so changing set avatar. Instead of just updating the focus, we also do a little database looky up in order to change the focus so that we can add the DB session and add the room ID from the database. When we do that, okay, looking pretty reasonable. Do I have any debug code, grid code left in? I should check that quickly. No, okay, good. DHCID, do I have anything there? Import data.int. Unused imports. This one's not used. That one's not used. That one's not used. That one's not used. Okay, good. Almost. Okay. Apparently I forgot to add the session module. Oopsie doodle. Go server session. Update the avatar room ID from set avatar. Yeah, function. There we go. Okay. So there we go. That's what I got for you tonight, folks. Thanks for watching and hanging out with me. I'm Agent Ultra, and the code you've seen tonight for this project lives up on GitHub at Agent Ultra. Home row, where are you? There we go. Oh, jeez. GitHub. There. On Bakamud. There we go. It's been a pleasure. Paste that link there for you. Check it out. Star if you like. Follow along. It's development. As I'm learning how to make a mud server in Haskell for the funsies and ultimate learnings. You can follow me. I'm on the types.pl server on Mastodon. So if you want to follow me there, I'm Agent Ultra there as well. And that has links to my website, agentultra.com, my YouTube channel where I back up the VODs for this stream, so on and so forth, as well as, you know, programming posts and things like that, and updates to for the stream as well. So give us a follow there, and that would be great. There's also a link above my head to declarative.tv. There are other streamers who are doing cool things with languages like Elixir, Erlang, and yeah, Haskell too. And they're looking for audiences, and maybe you might want to join them and check that out. There's also a link to a Discord server on that site where we have a channel for this stream. So if you didn't get to chance to ask the question you wanted to ask, or you're watching the stream from the VODs, hang out with us there and ask your question there. That'd be great. What else? I think that's all I got for you. So, thanks again for tuning in. I do these streams on Tuesday evenings about 10 after 8 in the Eastern Standard Time Zone. Daylight Time Zone. I don't know what time zone we're in anymore. Eastern Time Zone. And, yeah. Do all the stuff you need to do to follow along and like and subscribe and hit that button and all that stuff. So may all your monads be free and your types always check. And we'll see you next week. Peace out.